Avoidant people are some of the hardest people on the planet today, and if you're with one, you often end up confused, feeling abandoned, and wondering if you did something wrong to cause them to pull away. The real truth is, if you're with an avoidant person, it's kind of a losing game because the majority of the time, they do not change, no matter how amazing you are or what you do. I'm Nicole Moore, love coach and founder of LoveWorks, and the majority of the women that I have worked with over the past 8 years have been anxious attachment style women who are addicted to emotionally unavailable or avoidant men. I've helped hundreds of these women break the addiction to avoidant men and go on to find a truly committed and amazing man. So here are the avoidant man signs to watch out for. Sign number 1 that he's avoidant is when he talks about an ex who left him or cheated on him, you can still feel that there's a big emotional charge and a deep wounding there. Lots of people get hurt in love relationships and they process the heartbreak, they move on, they're able to open up and fully love again. Avoidant people, though, have often gotten deeply hurt by a former partner, usually one they thought they'd be with forever, and their system has never gotten over it. It's like that former heartbreak for them etched a wounding deep into their soul, and they just can't get over it now, and they fear love so deeply because they feel that they didn't survive that previous heartbreak. So they think, if it happened again, I would never be able to survive. An avoidant person is often terrified deep down of feeling real emotions. They fear love because they mistakenly believe that if they give their heart to someone again, they will be left in a weak and defenseless, vulnerable position where the other person has power over them and can just abandon them or hurt them irreparably. The true mark of an avoidant person is that they fear love because they think it will bring pain more than they want love because they think it's going to bring good feelings. The fear wins out for an avoidant person every single time. So if you're with someone who still seems very deeply wounded by an ex, chances are that they are, and that their heart is not fully available to real love with you now. Here's sign number 2 that he's avoidant. He tries to shut down your emotions, make you wrong, or make it seem like you're overly reacting emotionally when you know for sure that you're not. So because avoidant people are terrified of feeling strong emotions, they are often unable to handle your strong emotions. You can tell someone is avoidant if whenever you bring up any real feelings, especially more negative ones, like being disappointed in what they did or didn't do, the avoidant person immediately shuts you down and makes it seem like you're wrong or you're overreacting for having feelings in the first place. Avoidant people will often say things like, "It's not that serious, I just don't want any drama, I just want things to be chill," etc. And it's really an attempt to shut your emotions down so they don't have to feel their own. Avoidant people often deeply fear disappointing a person that they're dating because they assume that if they disappoint you, they'll be left or seen as not good enough. And by the way, all avoidant men already do feel deeply not good enough on the inside. Many avoidant men carry the story that they simply were not enough for an ex in the past. And this is why the ex left them or cheated on them. So now, in the present moment, they deeply fear not being enough. And this causes them to be unable to look at what they did or are doing wrong with you. Instead of looking within for the reason why they keep acting in a disappointing way with you, they will shame you for your desires or make you feel like you're the problem for speaking up about something that upsets you. Here's the key. If you know in your heart you're bringing up emotions or concerns with a partner in an emotionally mature and healthy way, meaning you're not in crazy town, you're not highly triggered, you are calmly explaining your upset, your concerns, your desires, or your feelings. If you're doing that and your partner is still making you wrong all of the time, that's a key sign that they are actually avoidant and it's not you, it's them. Where women get confused most of the time is they don't show up emotionally fit on their side of the street. They show up triggered or in their inner little girl or in crazy town, yelling, screaming, whatever it is. And then it's really hard to tell if your partner is reacting to you because you're reactive or if they're reacting to you because they're avoidant. So do the emotional fitness work on your side of the street to show up clean. That is the easiest way to tell if your partner is avoidant or not. Here's sign number 3 that you're with an avoidant man. He refuses to have a conversation about moving the relationship forward, even though you've been dating for a while, or he keeps putting it off to a future date, or he switches up the topic every time you bring it up. Avoidant people are terrified of making a true commitment because, again, they deeply fear giving their heart to someone and having that person leave them or judge them as unworthy. So they're often going to act really weird when you try and bring up committing or moving the relationship forward. They will seem like they're avoiding that conversation because they are. A healthy and emotionally secure man will naturally want to move a relationship forward with a woman he loves and feels is a match. With that kind of man, you probably will even feel that he is the one driving the relationship forward rather than feeling like you're with someone who is dragging their feet to commit. If you have an amazing connection with a man and he says all the words about how much he cares about you or values you, but his actions are not demonstrating that he is moving forward in a committed way, then there's a big chance that he's avoidant. And while he does like or maybe even love you, the fear of being hurt is winning every time and causing him to not fully commit or give his full heart to you. Now, there's a certain kind of woman that tends to attract avoidant or unavailable men over and over again, no matter how hard she tries to find the one. And I call this dating archetype the crazy town drama queen. I say that with love. You'll know if you're this type because men are drawn to you like a moth to a flame at the beginning. They're all over you professing their undying love, and then they often pull away, suddenly leaving you feeling very confused and like you did something wrong. I broke down why this type attracts avoidant men, plus how to heal so you can finally find your committed man in an episode of the Love Works podcast, and a link for that is in the description below. If you're attracting avoidant men, you need to know it's not your fault that they won't commit, but it is your responsibility to shift the energies within you that cause you to be a match for that behavior. The podcast episode link below explains it all. Now, did you like this video? Did you get some ahas? If so, like it here, leave me a comment, let me know your favorite part, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.